We turn now to Austin, where concern over a future construction project on Highway 218 is growing near Lansing Township at one local restaurant, Lansing Corners. For more, we're joined now by ABC 6 News reporter Brandon Antony, who's live outside that restaurant. So, Brandon, what are some of the things that the owners are worried about?
Yeah, Rachel, one of the biggest concerns is, as you can see behind me, how close Highway 218 is to Lansing Corners Bar and Grill, as the project is expected to expand to the road, and that has owners drastically worried about their business.
I would estimate that it would cost us, potentially 20 to 30% of our business, and if that happens, we would be forced to close.
That's Steve Patterson, and he's one of the owners at Lansing Corners. The business sits along Highway 218. Concern on future construction plans is at an all-time high.
It can potentially impact us because if the highway becomes closer to our building, it would be tougher to insure, or we could even potentially just lose our insurance.
It's not just insurance. Patterson says with MnDOT potentially closing entrances to the restaurant and expanding the road closer to the building, it could reduce parking for customers.
We would lose 10 or 15 parking spots just on the backside.
I reached out to MnDOT to see what their response is to these concerns and why exactly the project needs to be done. In terms of the project, they said it had to do with safety.
There aren't turn lanes right now, and there are times where if someone's making a left turn, they're in the through lane, and people will pass on the shoulder, and that's where you have that potential to have those high-speed, T-bone crashes.
A big part of the project when it begins will not only be repaving the highway, but adding those turn lanes to make the flow of traffic more smooth. But owners at Lansing Corners think there are better ways to go about the changes.
If they did a four-way stop or a traffic circle or traffic lights, or even just lowered the speed, would be potentially safer ways and definitely cheaper ways to handle this project, and it wouldn't permanently impede our business.
In response to the Lansing's concerns, MnDOT says it's been in contact with the restaurant to try and come up with a plan that everyone is happy with.
We take that to heart, and if there are adjustments that we can make, we're going to go back and look and have those discussions. It doesn't guarantee things will change, but at least it's part of the discussion.
Now, Rachel, there was a MnDOT meeting this past Thursday, and I'm told by MnDOT officials that even though there were concerns from others, there were others that also said they thought it would make the area safer. And no matter what, they would still find their way ending up here at the business. Live in Austin, Brandon Antony, ABC 6 News.